of critters just like you and me. We've all got scars, but we found our place. A little love and mud, and a whole lot of grace. We show the good, the bad, and the ugly too. The highs, the lows, it's all part of the view. So laugh, love, and maybe cry sometimes with a gang of misfits who always shine. So come on in, kick off your shoes. Oh, God! It's more than a ranch, it's a family crew. And these rescues, they might just rescue you. Welcome to I'm a Survivor. You'll see what second chances are meant to be. We're all survivors of something, it's true. And there's room in this family for all of you. We're all survivors of something, you see. So pull up a seat with our rescue family.
And let's pull us into the stage. Well, hi to hello, my friends. Golly gee, what a wonderful afternoon and good morning. Jamie's live, her Timeout Tuesday was just such a powerful. Yeah, I'm sitting here on the tractor, guys. I'm on the John Deere. I got the AC on. I am making circles in the horse pasture. All of the horses, except for Roman, were all inside doing their thing. Roman's walking around wondering what I'm up to. And I'm just mowing away. Jamie's live starts. And so I kind of like, I revved down the engine so I could hear better. And so I'm sitting there listening to Jamie, you know, this and that and baby stuff and all the, you know, the first half to me was like, whatever. But towards the end, she starts talking about Roman. Oh, man, my ears picked up. And I start listening. And she told just a really beautiful rendition of her, the way she saw it all happening and the way that the emotions that she was captured by everything. And Jamie, if you guys have not known this is something that you guys probably should know at some point. But Jamie is known to put things into a whole lot more eloquently. Yes, her words always flow out a whole lot smoother than mine do. I'm like looking for funner and gooder ways of saying things, and Jamie's just like flowing like, hey, baby. Well, Trixie and Stella are right here trying to say hi. You're going to be really freaked out when you see who else came with me. Christmas, come here, sweetie. Chrissy, come on. Chrissy. Chrissy, please, sweetie. Oh, no. Well, believe it or not, Christmas is here, okay? And she's found a chair. She doesn't want to move. And it was crazy because Christmas was the first dog to jump in the truck when I said bye-bye. First one. So you go figure. I don't know what's going on in that dog's head, but I'm going to kind of slow down a little bit and try to do some troubleshooting of what may have went wrong and try to figure it all out. So thank you guys for being so kind to each other. Hey, Miss Billy, and I'm not real sure if Jennifer Weston, Just a Girl, is here. That's very nice. And then Vanessa, I see Miss Vanessa's here. Ladies, if you guys think it's kind of late and y'all want to get on to do stuff with your families, I completely understand. I do believe I think I can handle this rowdy crowd. I can handle these regulators for one night. Is Christy here as well? Keisha, maybe. I'm not real sure who all is going to jump in. If I need help, I got Miss Molly. I see Miss Molly's right there smiling at me, so I can get Miss Molly to help out if I need to. Hey, Christy. No, but I know it's late. I'm going later than normal. And then if you guys need to get your routine going, ladies or gentlemen, then by all means, take care of what you got to take care of. I am living on cloud nine today. I'm living on cloud nine. I had quite an emotional event happened. Today is our 47th birthday anniversary. Says, I lost it. Someone's having a not a birthday anniversary. Is that what it said? That doesn't make sense to me. It must be just an anniversary, or maybe a birthday and an anniversary. Where did that? Can anyone find that for me? It was there a minute ago. It's something about 47, and it flew by. And I would like to say, all right, maybe someone can find it. But moderators, if you have to go, then I completely understand. Yeah, it flew by. Flew. Chris goes, flew by me too. We're gonna hope to find that and see what's going on with somebody. Um, oh, getting back to my story, and this is a good one. This is just such a good story. So I'm going to try to tell the story in a little bit differently than what I made in my video today. And you guys know that the video, it caught me at a moment where I lost the control of my emotions, and I allowed my inner gangster to come out. Yeah, I allowed my inner gangster to come out, because I cannot tell you when the last time I did that with my fingers was. I actually got a cramp in my fingers holding it for so long. And I did not know my fingers could still do that. And they did. And so I needed to apologize for that. Did not mean to do that. But at the same time, oh my God, it was so liberating. Just so darn liberating. And so I've apologized for the kiddos or for the older folks who can't handle stuff like that. But most of us live in a world where we see a lot worse every day. And I think that you know my intentions. I'm not some street thug who just walks around cursing and doing things with my fingers like that. It was a very powerful emotion and a really wonderful moment of a lot of people who said it wasn't going to happen because of Lester can't this and doesn't do this and refuses to do this. And guess what? It happened. And these things don't happen overnight. These things take so much work and time and patience. And hey, Tracy Lynn. Tracy Lynn says vindication is sweet. Yeah, you could call it vindicated. I just kind of found it liberating. I don't really know the difference. But boy, it just felt so good to take and just say, you know what, to all of the folks who've had so many things to say, and everybody differs on what they think. But tell you what, we ended up doing it, and I stayed true to what I thought would be the best way to handle Roman, who, the one thing, I will say this, the one thing that nobody on those other channels, or the one thing that nobody who wants to send me all of these links of these other channels I should be watching, or nobody with all of the advice ever addressed the one topic of the fact that Roman is not very trusting. And that meant that I was moving way too slow for most people. And we live in a world where people want to see it done now. We also live in a world of, I never knew horse women to be so machismo in the fact of get in there, show them who's the boss. Get in there. You got to get in there and show them who the boss. And I knew that we did not have that kind of a situation. It was not that kind of a situation with Roman. And we're going to have to handle this a whole lot differently. So Jamie and I found out real fast once we got Roman that you could tell very easily there's been some abuse. He comes with a whole lot of triggers, lots of things that kind of spook him. And so our initial plan was just to kind of let him relax, let him learn his way around the pasture, let him learn his way around Rita, let him learn his role in the pecking order. And I think that we allowed a whole lot of time for that to happen. There were some things that we had to do. We had to have our initial vet visit. We had to have an initial farrier visit. We had to have some things done. But like Jamie said today on her live, we made sure that we had Dr. Cochran come by and sedate him for those big moments. So by seeing Roman with the halter on a few earlier videos, no one's bragging about any of that stuff because of the fact that you had to sedate him to make him do anything. When he's sitting there just standing and drool's pouring out of his mouth, he's not going to resist you to walk up and put a halter on, or to do his teeth, or to do whatever you have to do. And even then, Courtney was still only able to do 2 of his front legs and could not do the back 2 because he just wasn't having it. So, but there's no sedations right now. Now it's just relationship building. And I do believe that the relationship that he and I have, or at least we have sort of working on right now, is one of trust. And I'm trying to move a lot slower with him. And he likes me. I'm just going to say it. Roman likes me. And you can tell when someone likes you. And an example of that is today. Now, you guys know that when I feed the horses, I always leave Roman's stall open. Today was no exception. I take the feed in, everyone goes inside. I close the doors to everyone but Roman. And then I jump on my tractor and I start mowing. And then how cute was it that whenever I would come around the barn, Roman would walk out and look at me and watch me circle the barn. And then he'd walk back inside with all of his friends. I'd make me a loop, come back. Here he comes again. At one point, Roman even walked out to the pasture towards me. And I just found myself saying, you know what? I'm not going to drive right past him. I'm just going to stop and go ahead and spend some time. And so that's what I did. Hey, do y'all want to see that moment? Would y'all want to see that moment? Let me see how much I can show you. It was a beautiful moment. I can send it to you very easily. You're going to love this. You're going to love some of this. I know for a fact that there's going to be a lot of people not be able to. Uh-oh, where's my mouse? Here we go. I want to accept that, save it to the downloads. You're going to be really surprised when you find out what happened with Roman. Now, remember, Roman has been worked with. There has not been a day, unless we were traveling, unless we were on the road, there was not a day that we did not spend time with Roman, just trying to get hands-on and teaching him to be comfortable around us, letting him know who we were. And we went through the whole phase of the Muffin Man. And then, we did all those things. All right, what do I have over here? This is the ones I think I want to bring in. So I need to present a video file. I think I'll start right here. I want to open this one. I also want to open a second one. And then I want to open a third one. All right, you ready? Let's go let everybody. All right, so watch this. I'm out mowing the pasture. So I'm in the mower. It's raining. All of the other horses are put away. I'm driving over. Roman sees me. There's my daddy. Well, hello there, big guy. He's just watching me. Let's go say hello to our big guy. Y'all wanna? Hello there, big guy. What are you thinking? You're like, Dad, I used to help mow. Back at my old house, I used to help them mow. You would help them mow? Well, we got a tractor over here, buddy. We got us a tractor to help us mow. Well, hello there, handsome. You coming to love on your daddy? You're like, hey, Dad, remember that red thing that you put on my head? Yeah, that's a halter. You want to try it again? You want? Well, come on, let's go try it again. So, to try it again, 2 times in one day, boy, hey, is there any way possible? We have a whole bunch of friends who would like to come out. Hey, who's doing all that right? Who's making all the ruckus? Who's screaming like that? I left those guys inside. Who's screaming and hollering like that? Hold on, Roman, let me get something. Oh, guys, boy, if we can do this again, that would be so darn crazy. Wouldn't that be so darn crazy? All right, Roman, where's my tripod? From suits to boots. Hi. All right, and here goes. I love this. All right, Roman, where's my big guy? I'm going to speed up a little bit through this. You see that what I did was put the halter around my arm so you can kind of see it and smell it if he wants to. Trying to love him a little bit. Knowing that at some point I just have to do it. Valve is there for support. Look. I wanted him to smell the halter and see what I had. Can I kiss you? You like that when I give you kisses? I'll let Rita out. Look. Here we go. I even had issues trying to figure it all out, and he still was so patient to sit there and let me do all of this. Backwards. I was not ready, was I? Drop your hip on me. Easy. Good boy. And now that was so wonderful because that was twice in one day. I'm so proud of you. You know I love you so much. Good boy. So what happened was I played with it for a while. We loved on him for a bit. I took it back off, told him how proud I am. And then he came out to me like he still wanted some more love and attention. So I played with his legs for a little bit, loved on him. And then at some point, I'm like, he's really enjoying me. He's like not leaving me alone. I'm like, I want to try it again. If he's going to stay out here like he's okay with this, I'm just going to try it again. Don't ask about that. That was me dancing in front of him, just whatever. All right, here we go. Watch this one. Good boy. This would actually be the 3rd time. Good boy. So drop your head. I need to know what words you use to have him drop his head. There has to be a command to drop the head. I don't know what the Amish or whatever language they speak, Dutch or whatever language they would use to tell their horses when to drop their head. But he's letting that halter flip and flap all around him. And he doesn't seem to be bothered because he just feels like there's a lot of trust. And it's like something had to have snapped. A light bulb went off. We're going to try one thing. We're just going to try to get a lead rope and see what happens. Oh boy, going for the lead rope. Wrong. All right, here goes the lead rope idea. Come on. Good boy. Ooh, good boy. All right, look. There, easy. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. Look at the rainbow. Can we stand and get the rainbow? Can we walk under the rainbow? Me and Roman are in the rainbow. And we got a rainbow lead too. We got a rainbow colored lead. I think I taste good to him. Put your ears pretty, please. Where's our rainbow at? All right, we're gonna take all that stuff off. We're gonna take all this stuff off now, okay? Let's take all this stuff off now, okay? Easy. Here we go. Easy. Oh, here. All right, take this off. Easy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Take off this halter. Good boy. Good boy. You're all free now, okay? I'm so proud of you. Thank you for letting Daddy love you. Thank you for loving Daddy. Oh, thank you for loving me. Thank you. That's a really pretty picture right there with Rainbow and Roman. Now, I will say that it was just a really wonderful day, and I felt like a little boy playing with a new toy, trying to mow, but also wanting to spend time with him. And there's something that he does, and it just is like he seeks me out. Whenever I'm around the pastures or out there around the yard, whatever I'm doing, he seeks me out, and I think he's wanting interaction. Maybe he's bored, maybe he wants a job, but he's actually seeking me out. And so I'm going to have to find ways to do a lot of things with him. We're going to do things in baby steps, because even though, and at this point, you see that the halter is going on much easier. We even got the lead rope today, so taking him for, to do a little leg work and little things like that. Not lunging. We're not doing lunging and all that crazy stuff, but just getting him to learn to follow and then learn some commands, and me get to learn what he understands and what he feels safe doing. I do think that we're going to slowly begin to make better progress, because there's some things you have to learn to do first. And our goals are not to turn Roman into a riding horse. Our goals are to get Roman to be able to do a couple of things Rick talked about. You have to be able to get a horse to load into a trailer. So at some point, we're going to have to learn to load. But before you can ever do that, you have to learn to get that horse to be able to walk on a lead and not always jerk away and not be so spooked. And I'm sorry, but at this point, I feel like I might be the guy for that. Jamie has spent time with Roman, and so have I, but I'm the one who's over here more often. And because I'm here more often, that just makes logical sense that I spend the most time. And I do think that Roman has kind of found a way to bond with me. And so that's just the way it's going to be, friends. That's just the way it's going to be. So I'm really blessed that I was able to find, I'll just say, the strength to overcome a lot of folks who are demanding and what they said I should do, could have done, they would have done this. And then it didn't really get nasty. I think that I can handle all of those kind of things. Those kind of comments are a dime a dozen. You get 100 of those a day, usually in your email. Of course, there's tons in the comments, and there's always somebody who knows what they're talking about. They have years of experience and whatnot. But like I said in my morning video, Roman comes to us with a very different background of all of the horses that we've worked with through the years. And those are horses that you've known about and some that you've never known about. They've always come to us with a basic understanding of the basic rules. You can don't kick and don't bite, and here's how the halter goes, and you can kind of correct a whole lot of behaviors, but we've never experienced an animal who was just terrified of a human, um, especially when that human had anything that had to do with some kind of a rope or a whip or a water hose or anything. And that only led us to speculate and think about what may have been in his past life, along with the things that a lot of people had told us from their experiences with the Amish. And so we just assume that, you take these stories and it all makes a perfect picture. All of the hints and clues kind of tie together. And, but what we have over here now, I really do think is a horse who has decided to go ahead and trust me and let me be his guy. And I'm going to attempt to devote as much time as I can to continuing on the basics. And I mean just the basics. So like we said, we have to make sure we can halter him anywhere and any place. He needs to be able to have a lead rope put on, and then he'll follow that lead rope into or out of pastures wherever you need him. At some point, we're going to have to find a way to get him to let us start touching on his feet more. He doesn't like his feet touched, and he's letting us do a whole lot with his feather there, the lower bottom half of his feet. So we're not concerned with having to treat the mites. All of that is easy now. He's giving us all kinds of time on his feather. What he's not doing, though, is wanting to pick his feet up for us. And so I don't really know exactly what to say or what to do for that, but I know that we have a guy coming in Thursday who is a new farrier, but supposedly has done a lot of work with draft horses, even some that have not been so easy to work with. And so without having to go out and build these big stocks or ways to torture racks, I know they're not torture racks, but we have to figure out a way to get him some hoof care. And then we have to at some point learn how to load and unload him without being sedated. You just can't always call a vet to come out and sedate your horse every time you have to do something. So if we have to, then we'll certainly do that. But and we have a vet that will do that for us. It just takes planning and time. All righty. So I think that we're on a really good track. I didn't want to consume the entire live talking about Roman. It was a wonderful moment today. We ended up having several beautiful moments, and I'll compile some things for a video tomorrow at some point. But tonight I have a group of packages right here beside me. It's one of those plastic boxes that you get from the post office, and it's quite full. Now, guys, I know that I'm getting on here much later than normal, and you can probably tell that I've already had my nighttime concoction. So a little bit of my slurring words, maybe drowsy eyes, forgetting what I'm about to say. All of those things may become more and more prevalent as we go through these gifts. But I want to open one that I have here on top. It may be a one and done because it actually says to Longhorn Lester's after dark. Sometimes that could be funny, and sometimes that can get me into all kinds of trouble. So we're going to go ahead and kind of like convert now and shift over to the Longhorn Lester Live is going to leave with some of the Roman comments and the Roman talk and get into some gifts and goodies. All right. And no, we're not going outside tonight. I made it clear this morning that Jamie was going to do her timeout Tuesday, and that was going to put us out there well after dark. So if you don't mind, let me go ahead and just stay inside tonight and get a few things done in here. I would love to open these. So in saying so, the first one comes to Longhorn Lester after dark. So if you feel like you're not one who can handle anything that might be a little bit more adult centered, so it is a book. Okay. The title is My Best Friends Are Balls Go Caving. Hold on. My best friends are balls. Go caving. All right. Not quite sure of the title, but his best friends are balls. Go caving. Okay. And then even over here, it reminds you this is for mature audiences only. Before I start reading, let me see if I can find who sent this. And of course, there's nothing. They want me to read the book, but they don't want to tell me who sent it. All right, well, let's find out what happens. Over here. At sunrise, we were ready with full sacks. I'm excited. Ready to explore the tightest of gaps. Boy, I better get my head right. You better not let me down. So they're ready to go exploring. They got their full sacks and they're ready to explore the tightest of gaps. All right. The very first cave was very narrow and small. I couldn't fit in because I was too tall. So as you can see, this guy and these friends of his don't quite fit in some of the caves. We kept walking, desperate to find the perfect cave that I could get inside. I found a cave. It looked very scary. I went inside unprepared and unwary. And these guys are saying, no helmet. He doesn't look too concerned. The cave echoed. It was very wet. Hello, 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 hello. The environment was perfect for a duet. You get that. I left as quick as I came. Finding the perfect cave was my aim. And then, of course, he's sitting here pouting because that cave was a little bit too big, he says. That cave was too big. As the sun set, we got much needed rest. The next day, we made sure to look our best. That's important, everybody. That right there is very important. The next cave was nice. We were ready with full sacks. The only way in was around the back. There's a back door over here. It was snug. I entered full of spunk. I conquered the cave. Damn, we spelunk. We spelunk? Not sure I know what that word means, but it looks like they had pretty good success inside that particular cave. They're all doing their hands and high-fiving each other. Exploring caves was fun. I couldn't pretend, and I couldn't do it without my best friends. That's true. Oh, the end. That's all? I don't know. But does that author look like she could create books like this? And then I'm going to ask you a question. How many of you guys think that you too could create a book that plays with innuendos, plays with a lot of innuendos? That was quite enough. We've read, I think, 4 of those adult books now, and I don't know. I still think that the beaver one and the way to clean the beaver and how important it is to have a clean beaver might have been my funniest. What do you guys think was your funniest? And no, the Cog Hill book was not an adult book. That does not count. Lord. Everyone agrees that the Beaver book was the best by far. Okay. Let's see what else we got over here. Oh, I saw somewhere I had a letter to read. This here comes to Lester Morrow. And I'm not going to be able to get through all of these. Okay. In this package, well, what do you suspect this is for? What do you suspect I'm going to do with this here? And what comes with it is this thing, which I don't know what it is. Anyone know what this is? Oh, this is that thing you can mount on your steering wheel so you can drive your vehicle with one hand holding the knob. That's pretty neat. There's all the parts to it. I'm going to leave that all together, and we can put that on my side-by-side. All right, so there is a receipt in here. I hope that it gives us some explanation, because whenever I get gifts like this, I never know exactly, did I make a video talking about this, or is there some kind of a reference that we can go with of why someone sent a stethoscope? I'm really wondering, why would someone have sent a stethoscope? Well, let's find out if the letter says anything. Nope, it just says, enjoy your gift from Michelle Lordson. So these gifts are from Michelle Lordson. She says, enjoy your gift, but she doesn't really tell us why. Now, these look like a real stethoscope. And yes, I could always use these to listen to the horses. I don't know exactly what I'm listening for. I don't know what a elevated breathing should sound like. This absolutely does work. Test, 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 test. This absolutely does work. They do work. I just don't know. This says that the quality of these is higher, better than most healthcare. That's interesting. So now if I only the ostrich eggs. Duh. You're right. We could go listen to the ostrich eggs. That's a great idea. Okay. These must go home with me tomorrow. These must go with me tomorrow. That will be a great, great, great video idea as well. And then hopefully I can find a way to even let you guys listen. That would be wonderful. Well, thank you so very much, Michelle. That's a beautiful gift. You know what? It would have went right over my head. It would have went right over my head. Isabel says, are you guys still live? Yes. If you're seeing Isabel, I think it's red. When someone's live, the little icon has a red circle around it, which means we are still live, but not for much longer. I've really only got a couple more left in me, and I have to find myself to start getting ready for bed. Okay, Lord Lester from Good Golly, Miss Molly. I know about this. Miss Molly let me know a little bit about this. let's see what we got from Miss Molly. Oh, so Miss Molly has gone way back into the old, probably Facebook or Instagram, my personal Facebook or Instagram, and she's found some cute pictures. Oh boy. Remember Pebbles on Voodoo? Yeah, we've lost both of those babies. Wow, look how thin Bucky's was. Bucky's was so darn thin back in those days. Oh, and a sweet Rita. There's a sweet Rita. We're at the JL Ranch here. Jamie riding Prim. And then this next one's kind of cute. Jamie just talked about this today. She said one of her biggest and most memorable accomplishments was the day that she finally got Gracie to eat off that bottle. She tried and she tried and she tried, and everyone kept saying she's doing it wrong. I mean, everybody was telling her she's doing it wrong. And there was 100 different opinions of how to do it. And she's just like, you know what? I'm going to listen to my gut. I'm going to listen to what I've seen happen and what I've seen work and what works for me. And then she did it. Looks like Trixie and her mama, Sweet Maggie and Sookie, hanging out with Ellie. Oh, golly gee. I remember that picture. A beautiful sunset. Maggie sitting there so royal and majestic. These are really wonderful. Oh, and then there's that one picture, man. There's that one that gets me every single time. That picture gets me every single time. Molly, I'm going to put that over here somewhere special so I can see it every day. So there's a lot of beautiful pictures here, Miss Molly. Thank you so very much. Here's one that you guys may or may not recognize. If you look at it closely, it shows me, Ellie, and Lex all inside of my little barn house that I built after the hurricane flood. Boy, that place was tiny. But on the floor, you can see Maggie. She's not happy. And then look who's up and playing Xbox with Lex. Can you see who's up and playing Xbox with Lex, watching Lex's every move? Yeah, that would be Ringo. Ringo thought he'd be right there with Lex playing. Oh, I didn't see this. There's also little Connor. Connor's over here in the top corner, hiding behind another TV monitor. I feel like the chat is so far behind where I'm at. Anyway, and then of course this picture over here is just iconic to a beautiful picture that Maggie posed for with me. Oh, I love that girl. She's so wonderful. Thank you, Molly. Thank you for finding those and having those printed. I appreciate that. All right, well, if you don't mind, let's go ahead and get one more. It's a big one. Oh, it actually comes to all of the girls. Stella, Trixie, Christmas. Be real careful how I open it. How timely is this? So the little gift receipt says, enjoy your gift. I hope this cools you down. And this is from Diane. Diane, you've been too sweet to us lately. And I do believe that she sent one for all of the girls by now. They all have their blankets. Diane, I'm embarrassed to show you that room up there. I'm really embarrassed to show you what all of the dogs have done to that room. I'm going to toss it over and they'll all just make it into their it's like, have y'all ever been to a party where they make these beds all across the floor and everyone just finds a place to lay? No? Okay, neither have I. But that's what am reminded of whenever I look in there, like bedding stuff everywhere, just blankets and pillows and bed stuff. And you come out there in the morning and dogs are everywhere. They're just everywhere. Yeah, like a slumber party. Yeah, that's what I meant. A slumber party. Okay. Well, there's a few more things here. I thought there was a letter. I saw a letter and I said, you know what? I'll open this letter first, but I don't know where that letter went. Did I somehow drop the letter? Or did I open the letter? Did I open the letter already? I swear I had a letter. It was, maybe it has fallen down through the cracks somehow. Oh, here it is. Here's 2 letters. I promise I'll read these and I will be finding a way to wrap up the live video. I've had you guys for a while anyway. I have 2 letters, okay? Oh, well, this is easy. Do not open on a live. So thank you for letting me know about that one. Now we're down to 1 letter, okay? I know, Jennifer, isn't it wonderful? She's like, your studio is so darn big now. I have a lot of space. I have counters on both sides. I have all the stuff behind me. Don't look too close, Jennifer, because I have my cleaning supplies out. But I have a wonderful studio. I get great internet and not bothered by too much. And then, Jennifer, you don't even know the most wonderful thing about it. I'm able to link other videos and watch them. I have 2 monitors here. Okay. Hi to hello, Lester. Today is Saturday the 14th. I've had a real bad month so far, but I'm praying for a great ending. I'm having my morning coffee and it's raining, which canceled me working in the courtyard where I live. I live in a senior apartment complex. It has 2 courtyards. It's in need of a good grooming, much more thorough than Roman's grooming. It has taken you a while to get Roman to trust and then more time to allow you to go to lift his feet well, he needs more time for his feet. I knew he had been severely abused. Not long after it was apparent he was abused, most, if not all, of his life, the person who asked for you and Jamie to give him a forever home may or may not have been an abuser, but God sure did place him in the perfect place to spend the remainder of his life. Oh, I was watching Longhorn Lester's while watching. Now I'm off to I'm a Survivor. That's nice of you. The ostrich egg count. Okay, I can't spell. You wouldn't know it, but 1-year degree for receptionist secretary, LOL. Never could spell worth the darn. Okay, let's try this again. Ostrich. Had to get me a dictionary. Do you know why Carl became so aggressive towards not only you, but also Jamie? And is he aggressive to all humans? Is he aggressive to other animals? You know, it's an amazing that I can remember your name, Jamie's name, even family's names, but I can't remember most of the people who live in my own building. I think I have selective memory, LOL. I probably should go. You see, I'm stalling. I don't want to do my planned day's activities. I just want you to know that I hope you and Jamie continue videoing for many, many years to come. I love both of your videos. I don't always get to watch the lives. My activities in my life seem to be at the same time, but I do watch almost every morning with my coffee. You two have taught me many things I will probably never get a chance to do, but if I do, At least now I know how. Thank you. Your admirer, Connie. Connie, that's a very kind letter. Thank you so very much. Living in a senior retirement community and still takes time to watch our videos. She can't see all of them, but she does get to see a few here and there. And she always makes time for coffee in the mornings. That's just beautiful. Um, I have received a few emails today. If you don't mind, I would love to read one of them to you. I have my phone right here. So I'm going to have to find it. I should have marked it. Give me a moment. And I'm going to end up wasting a lot of your time trying to find the right one. But there were some beautiful videos. I'm sorry, some beautiful comments that came by today in my email. And I want to say thank you guys for those who take time to share your personal stories and let us know that if the videos are a way to help you in some form or fashion, that's our biggest joy, is that we've all been able to make your acquaintance and you can make ours. And we have sort of have kind of a special bond, a relationship here, you and I, and you with each other. We've kind of made a bit of a family. I love when I do go live and I see all the people getting this, say their hi to hellos to each other and stuff. Oh no. Jennifer says, Lester, your eyes are shutting and so are hers. I do believe it must be that time, Jennifer. I want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being so supportive of Roman. And there's going to be a lot more to come, friends. There's a lot more to come with Roman. I can promise you that. All righty. He's a wonderful gift. And not a gift like a present, but just a joy, a gift to be around. It's taught me a lot about patience. And I'm learning every day from that fella. And I know I'm Longhorn Lester. I should not be doing all this horse stuff. But like I always say, I'm not a horseman. I'm just a guy with a couple of horses, okay? And Roman is one of them. And I love him. Thank you so very much for jumping on tonight and for being a part of the live. We love you. We're so very blessed to have you. And yes, Dr. Lester, anyone need any kind of, if you need listening to, let me know. I might be the guy to call, okay? All right? Don't know what I'm listening for, but I'm sure we could figure it out, okay? If you only had a pair of these back when you were younger, right? All right. Thank y'all for watching, and thank you for being a part of our live. We love you. We are so very blessed to have you. And we'll see you guys bright and early for coffee at 7:15 a.m. All right? Good night, regulators. I hope to see my coffee clubbers in the morning. All right? Get some rest, friends. All right. I'll end this thing the same place we started it. That's kind of what we do.
Under a hot Texas sun and pastures of green, there's a crew of critters just like you and me. We've all got scars, but we found our place. A little love and mud and a whole lot of grace. We show the good, the bad, and the ugly too. The highs, the lows, it's all part of the view. So laugh, love, and maybe cry sometimes with a gang of misfits who always shine. So come on in, kick off your shoes. Oh, God! It's more than a ranch, it's a family crew. And these rescues, they might just rescue you. of something you see. So pull up a seat with our rescue family.